Where's... Sup, motherfuckers? Chris Hollowicki coming at you with a new episode of Gotta See It with Chris Hollowicki. It's not called Drunken Atheist Review. It's got a new name. Ugh,
cool.
Good start. And today, me and special guest Nick Lazas saw Thor.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Well, let's just fucking jump in. What did you think of Thor Ragnarok?
Thor fucking Ragnarok. Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome. They said it was, all the reviews were that it was great, and I was not disappointed at all.
I'm actually kind of surprised to hear that, as you mentioned, it is the best reviewed MCU movie of all time.
Well, on Rotten Tomatoes, yes.
Yeah, on Rotten
it's currently at
the score.
94%, which is the highest of any.
That's insane. It's higher than Winter Soldier and stuff, which has been over-romanticized, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even though it's a great flick.
Yeah, it was cool.
Where do we go from here? Let's start off with our theater experience. Me and Nick went and saw this right in the middle of the theater, center seats in IMAX 3D, where it was to the point where
the furthest back row on
the floor. Yeah, the furthest back floor row.
I never sat there.
Not the back middle row, but kind of close. If you were to like go in a theater, you wouldn't think, oh, that's maybe a little too close.
It was actually awesome.
Yeah.
It was actually really cool.
It was the perfect balance of like it
Your
took in
entire
all
field
of
of
my
vision.
field of vision without me having to like go like that. This was just like I just sat back and had a visually spectacular like.
Yeah, and I'm really usually not one to go see stuff in 3D. I usually prefer just regular screen, but this was actually super cool. You know they do a good job when you forget that you're watching a 3D movie, and it's not like overly. Yeah.
This is one of the movies, if you could see in 3D, and if you can get a good seat, I would highly suggest it. I'd say it would add it to the theater experience, but seeing it in theaters like that, where you're like in it, it's like what you're looking at, is hands down is the best way to do it.
Yeah, go for the IMAX.
Yeah.
For sure.
On top of, the 3D is great, and seeing it in IMAX is great. But that's also because everything in it looks spectacular. Like, I think it was flawless visual effects. Maybe the fire dude with the head thing.
Surtur?
Yeah, he might. Surtur. He looks a little unrealistic at times. Maybe in the beginning scene with Thor, but he was still cool.
It was cool.
It was very cool, very cool. So let's talk about the characters. First of all, let's. I'd say the lead new character that we have would be Valkyrie, played by the actress
Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson. Where's she been in?
She was in Creed and some.
Oh, I haven't seen Creed.
I haven't seen it either. I heard it was good.
But... What did you think about her character?
It was surprisingly cool. I was like, they're gonna have a new like tough chick. Like this will be the same thing. No, she's totally awesome.
She's like the tough chick.
Yeah, she's an Asgardian. She's like one of their older warriors called a Valkyrie, and she's a fucking badass, and she's a hilarious drunk.
Yeah, she's hilarious. She's badass, and I can relate to her because she suffers from alcoholism. Korg, who was played by or voiced by the director.
Director Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
Korg is definitely a comedy relief character.
Yeah.
He's just a huge badass, but he talks with this very like meek Australian or New Zealand accent.
Hope we see him again. I hope they have that director, the guy, because he did Vampires in the Shadows. What We Do in the Shadows.
Taika Waititi, he directed What We Do in the Shadows, which if you haven't seen, it is hilarious. I think he directed it and then wrote it with Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords.
Hella, played by Cate Blanchett. Fantastic villain, and she was intimidating. Like, she fucking killed everybody with her magic thing.
Super badass and
character design.
Oh, she looked awesome.
Gorgeous.
And just fucking mind-blowingly gorgeous, and also just badass with the antlers, man.
Yeah.
The antlers were cool as fuck.
Fucking fuck antlers. Fuck antlers. Fucking cool antlers. Hashtag cool antlers.
Yeah, more chicks should go for that look.
Yeah, but hey, ladies, antlers. What do we think about how Hulk has developed since last time we saw him at the end of Avengers 2?
Hulk is pretty cool. He's like almost pseudo permanent Hulk in this. So
yeah,
he starts off like just stuck as the Hulk,
and then when he turns back into Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo, like a buffalo.
Yeah. After he turns back into Mark Buffalo, he says, if I turn into Hulk again, I'm gonna be stuck like this, and he turns into Hulk again at the end in a hilarious segment where it mimics actually if the first Incredible Hulk movie, Edward Norton jumps out of a helicopter, this will make me turn into the Hulk. And then he's like, oh shit, and he busts through the concrete and then turns into the Hulk anyway after his body dies. The same exact thing happens in here. So we have a callback all the way to the second MCU movie, Incredible Hulk.
Right. And then also Jeff Goldblum is in this.
Oh, fuck yeah. As the Grand Master.
Goldblum is hilarious, though. He's straight up Goldblum, but it works perfectly.
He does his Goldblum, but he also turns it up a notch. Like, I would say that the Goldblum that we get in here is
like
even...
kind of a caricature of Goldblum.
Well,
he's like...
Not only that is he playing up himself, he's also a funnier Goldblum than we've even gotten in stuff that he's done with Tim and Eric.
On any other world, I'd be like millions of years old. But here on Sakaar,
we get this is the funniest Goldblum.
It's hilarious.
He's so good. It's so
he
fun.
He gets upset because the lady's calling them slaves.
Yeah, he's slaves. Like they're just prisoners with jobs, and he's just like, oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. I can't do no Chef Goldblum impression, but Chef Goldblum with the bomb. What did we think about the Doctor Strange segment? You give me your perspective first.
I think it was a way to suck people in. I mean, they had the after credits scene from Doctor Strange where they basically show that same scene that's in the movie where he's drinking the endless beer.
Yeah.
But it was quick, unobtrusive, and I thought it worked. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I personally think that they could have cut that entire Doctor Strange bit out of the movie. Let's say that they go to Earth and then just go straight to that grassy knoll, that grassy field.
Yeah, but they left him. He left him in an old age home.
Yeah, so they could have cut that out too. Even it just seemed
I like the idea that they put him in an old age home and then they
lost
him.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Fine. And then how else? And then he's in Norway. So how do you get him fast to Norway? Fucking back to space, dude.
Sure. I mean, that was fun and all, but I just think it's like this weird little sore on the movie where it's just like, oh, we're taking you into all this other stuff that has nothing to do with anything else in the rest of the movie. And it actually just gave me a lot more questions than it did, I think, service the film as a whole. Like, how powerful is Doctor Strange? At the end of the movie, where it's all right, he could do his and he could do this and that, but I'm like, what is Avengers Infinity War going to be like? Is Doctor Strange just going to make everything tripped out as fuck? Nobody knows if they're like drinking a cup of tea or like if they have this or if they're in a room or like what's real. I'm not even sure what happened there. The only thing that seemed grounded was when he created the portal to send them to the Netherlands.
That was fucking hilarious when he spun Loki into the
yeah.
And I almost said the
and then he the cornhole.
in the portal, and then when he brings him back, he just does it again, and then he just falls onto the ground. He's like, I've been falling for a half an hour.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, and I'd say that's a great part to segue into the comedy. Let me just say something about the movie that bothered me. Some of the segments where they're just going back and forth to like little quirks, it felt like a Judd Apatow movie.
Right, that's kind of what they're ripping off. I mean, it's Taika Waititi, so he's a comedic dude.
Yeah, if you look at
this movie has a ton of comedy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in front of Surtur, and he's like hanging from this chain, and he's sitting around, and Surtur's talking to him, And then he's like, oh wait, hold on, because he's facing
Yeah.
away from the camera.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm coming back around. Okay, go ahead. And then he starts going in, and then they do it again. So like, the first time it was funny.
Yeah.
The second time I was like, oh, just fucking let the guy fucking talk. I want to progress the story here.
They go back to that well 3 times.
For the most part, it's really, it's the shit is fucking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah,
throughout that movie.
most of it is legit funny.
That would be like my only criticism of the movie personally, is that sometimes it's like, it's either not working or it's like, we didn't need this here, we could have skipped this, or we could have shaved a little bit off and brought it back a little bit.
That would have just brought this movie to perfection. We just rewatched the big trailer before this. Did it live up to what they said? Hey, we're gonna give you this on November 2nd.
Yeah.
Did it live up to it?
I think it was
surpassed
better than
it. It surpassed
once the reviews came out, and every time the reviews come out 2 weeks before once they lift the
they know that it's like, hey,
embargoes on the reviews.
There you go.
2 weeks ahead of time, you know the movie.
Look at it.
2 days or 2 or 3 days before the movie, you know it's gonna be a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it was highly reviewed, so I was like fucking excited. And they were saying it's like Saturday morning cartoons. It's like Flash Gordon. It was absolutely, and it was done definitely in like this postmodern throwback. Like, obviously, Taika Waititi like grew up watching this shit in like the late '70s.
Yeah,
and was super into it. And, like the music, dude.
Exactly. I was gonna say the fucking soundtrack. Now, let me just say before we dive into talking about the music a little bit, when the trailer dropped with the Led Zeppelin song, I was like... Immigrant Song. I was like, alright, are they gonna pull Guardians of the Galaxy and take all these, like, old rock songs and pop them in there? That's absolutely not true. They used that song in the movie in the most brilliant ways possible, and then they combined it with this fucking 80s synth. I don't want to compare it to Stranger Things, but it's in the same vein of...
it's that 80s
keyboardy electronic music with a real 80s feel that really matches up with a visual...
It's just fucking a fun look.
The visual art direction, it all like ties in so good. Kind of like my fucking YouTube channel. But yeah, the soundtrack, stellar. I would buy it on. I would buy the soundtrack on compact disc. I'm gonna go to the Best Buy and I'm gonna go pick up the soundtrack of this fucking movie.
It was super cool. And then Immigrant Song comes up twice in the movie. It comes up once in the beginning and then once in the end. And both times I'm just got goosebumps. I'm like, fuck! Yeah. Yes!
Very much
it's
how
exactly
they utilized...
It was like that song was made for this fucking movie.
Alright, we only have a couple minutes of memory on this thing, but let's do a face-off. I think I still might like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 more than the Thor movie.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Hell.
I disagree. I think that this movie, I haven't sat and fucking watched a movie and had that much fun from beginning to the end in a really long time.
Yeah.
Like, Logan was awesome, but like I've watched Logan since like 5 times now.
Yeah.
There's like a couple lulls in the movie where I'm like, oh, I can skip this. But like I feel like upon rewatching this movie, there's not going to be a part where I'm like, oh, I can't wait for them to get past this part so I can get to the next part. I fucking was like happy from beginning to end. And with Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel like that was a beginning and then an hour and 15-minute long third act.
Did you like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 better than Logan?
No, not even close.
Fuck out of my life.
Not even close.
Do you like Thor better than Logan?
Ooh, that's tough. I don't know, I've only seen Thor once.
Logan,
there's two
the thing on a rewatchability level, hey, I want to sit and watch something fun. What are you going to pop in? Logan?
Well, yeah, the thing is the badass
or
part.
Thor 3.
Yeah, Thor 3 is pretty, it's awesome from beginning to end.
You see, I consider this Thor movie, because it's so space age and stuff, I would connect this straight up with the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff.
You do feel like it's that outer stuff, all those worlds that you see in Guardians of the Galaxy, and the weird space places, that fucking garbage planet they're on in Thor is like in that, you can feel it. You're in that universe, totally.
You know what I would say? That both Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor 3 are my favorite Marvel movies, which is hilarious. Because I don't like the outer space Marvel comic books. I like the street level superheroes in the books. But Guardians of the Galaxy and the Thor 3 are fucking like, oh my gosh, I love it. It's so pretty and cool.
I think Taika Waititi would definitely say that he would have to give some of his credit for some of the looks of things, definitely over to James Gunn and what he did with
absolutely, yeah. I mean, the director probably wasn't in charge of that himself, so Marvel was probably just like, all right, we're in Marvel outer space.
But they did, you get the feel of it, though, definitely. Taika Waititi fucking killed it. This is his first big movie, and I don't doubt that he's going to be a huge director now. He just made it. I'm
fucking stoked to follow him to the ends of the earth, him and being a funny man or otherwise.
Yeah, and see, this is what happens when the studios get their fucking mitts off of it and just have interesting ideas for directors, and they just let them do what they're gonna fucking do. And they just let them go, and this is what happens. And that's why Marvel wins. Yeah.
Unless you're poor Edgar Wright, who I will say that, having drinking this all in, and if Taika Waititi really did have the freedom he had in this film, if they would have let Edgar Wright do what he wanted to do with Ant-Man, it would probably still, even to this day, be the best Marvel movie. I mean, just picture like the directing talent of Baby Driver combined with that Ant-Man movie. It would have been so much better. It's because you could tell what they were doing, like we're doing heist stuff, but it just like it didn't have that flair behind it. It just like they got something.
That Baby Driver was fucking awesome. Yeah,
but anyway,
that was probably Kevin Spacey's last movie.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey's last movie.
We had 3 more dudes come forward.
So, I bet. Let's not even get into that dark shit. We have 90 seconds left.
What are their parents doing? Let their kids party like, oh, how are you even in a situation where you're 14 and Kevin Spacey's laying on top of you drunk at a party? Whatever. off subject.
Well, anyway, everybody. Oh, fuck me. Thanks for watching, motherfuckers. Make sure to like and subscribe in the comment section. Don't subscribe in the but comment in the comments. Subscribe in the subscribe button. And until next time, hail Satan! My purples and my 80s horror synth and my awesome editing and my stupid things that come out of my face.